So do you want to be an AC technician? Well, here are the things that I think you should know if you're going to work for Swift Air or for anywhere else if you want to be an AC technician. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but this does take quite some time to learn and years of practice to really nail it in. So, what does it take to be an AC technician? Well, number one, it's going to be knowing the electrical, being able to read diagrams, being able to figure out low voltage, high voltage issues, whether it's shorts, whether it's figuring out how to wire up a unit, whether it's figuring out how things work with the high voltage and low voltage situations. You have to be very familiar with it because you are dealing with high voltage from 208, 230 all the way up to 460 volts, and you really need to be proficient in it because you can hurt yourself or you can hurt somebody else that you're out on the field with. Another thing is knowing how to read your pressures and understanding what they mean. Understanding your high side, your low side, knowing your refrigerant cycle with your suction line and your liquid line and your evaporator coil, condenser coil, and on and on and on, and understanding exactly what it means while you're out there on the field and what's happening to that unit. Being able to work essentially 24/7, because believe it or not, AC units are going to break at the worst time, and you're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to fix it. So you have to be mentally prepared and physically prepared to be able to work 24/7, especially when you're on call. Conceptually understand the issues. A lot of times we're working with systems that just are not right in front of us, and we have to figure out what's happening over here at the air handler, at the furnace, in the condensers, almost 1,000 feet away or something crazy like that. Especially with commercial systems, and when you get to chillers, it gets even crazier. So conceptually understanding what's causing the unit to act a certain way is very important to becoming an AC tech. Being able to troubleshoot. A lot of people can say, well, from A to D, this is the problem, but a real technician should be able to say, no, the real problem is between B and C, and you'll save your company money. You're going to save the customer money, and you're going to save yourself a lot of headaches instead of going, okay, well, A to B wasn't the problem, C to D wasn't the problem. Well, now it's B to C, and you're going to have an upset customer and an upset company with you. Also, pinpointing issues, which I was just talking about, the A to D, explaining clearly not only to the customer, but explaining to your company so that they can order the right parts and get everything good and done for you so that you can go and just do the work, and to make sure that they're not having any more issues with their AC system. And last but not least is airflow. I don't know why everyone seems to struggle with this one, but understanding airflow, and again, that kind of comes back to conceptually understanding, is the airflow, you can't really see it. You can measure it with your equipment, like static pressure and everything else that goes along with it. But understanding airflow, seeing the design of ductwork, and seeing if it can be improved, if that is the issue, or what is happening with that AC system. So you want to be an AC tech. It's quite a lot to learn, even though it doesn't seem like a lot. When you hit the field, the electrical seems to scare most people from actually becoming technicians. But my advice is, if you're a helper, stick around with your installer. Make sure the installer tries to teach you at least the minimal wiring so that you can understand what you're doing so you don't hurt yourself or hurt them. If you're an installer, while you're installing, create some small issues for yourself that you can hopefully try to fix on your own. That's not going to damage the unit, but or if you're out on a call and you're with a technician and you're the helper, even though you're an installer, you should have the basic knowledge of electrical, and you should be able to at least keep yourself safe and at the same time see the components and what he's looking at and what he's understanding. So being a technician, an AC tech, is not easy, but it definitely can be done with dedication and practice to the trade. So if you have any questions about becoming an AC tech and you're curious about what I do here at Swift Air, which I am an AC tech and I am licensed to do the work, then you can give us a call at 361-882-2111. Or if you're just looking for work in general and you are an AC tech, we're happy to have you come along.